Platinum introduced a randomly generating underground set of caverns that you could build houses in while playing Fossil Fighters. X and Y gave us unnatural evolutions that turned little buddies into box legends. And Pokemon Legends Arceus really broke the mold by adding mechanics that make it the most unique Pokemon game of all time. It's open world, it's a Souls-like, for Pokemon at least. It's even a survival horror. Imagine playing RE2 Remake except Mr. X is a Mr. Mime, only much bigger and with red glowing eyes. The point is, with the new Legends game coming out, we couldn't help but come up with a bunch of wacky ideas that we'd love to see implemented into Pokemon Legends ZA. The functionalities of Pokemon PCs could be expanded to that of actual PCs. This idea for a new function is essentially desktop pets, but Pokemon. The PC in all future Pokemon games could act as less of a stationary system you travel to, for the sole purpose of depositing or withdrawing Pokemon, and more as an app for the Rotom phone, where you send messages to friends, deposit Pokemon, trade Pokemon, share pictures, withdraw Pokemon, and all the while every single Pokemon you put in the PC will wander around the screen, play with windows, interacting with the apps, and just messing around, making it a user experience nightmare. The Joltik keep gnawing on app icons, Snorlax will just not move until you tilt the device to slide him on over. And Rotom itself would act as more of a helper, with you even instructing it to clear the space with its lawnmower form. And if we're getting real fancy, if the Switch 2 could allow you to FaceTime your friends while playing Pokemon, you and your friend could chat as both of your Pokemon jump around each of your screens. The PC has just always felt unnecessarily bland, but with so much potential to be really cool. Now let's talk about secret bases. This is something that could definitely use an upgrade. We got the return of secret bases in BDSP, but they were a little underwhelming. So let's say they reintroduce this base building system, but this time with a twist. And that twist is Nook. The Animal Crossing series is like a base building game. That's of course an oversimplification to the series as a whole, but what I'm getting at here is that Animal Crossing mechanics in a Pokemon game would be genuinely perfect. From unlocking themed furniture sets to adding multiple rooms. And on top of that, New Horizons expanded on this by adding crafting and the ability to place items outside. And the Legends series would be a perfect place for this type of mechanic. Legends Arceus added a crafting system that lets you make Pokeballs and various other items, but adding the option to craft furniture and decorations, now that's something that would definitely incentivize exploration. Crafting was a cool feature, but kind of hampered by the fact that you can freely jump into a space-time distortion, grab little doodads, and sell them to get giga-rich so you could buy anything you needed, which in turn kinda made the exploration feel less rewarding over time. This is because you don't really need to craft anything you can't already buy. And even if you can't buy every kind of Pokeball, you can just buy a million weaker ones, and it would still eventually do the trick. So let's remove that option from the player. Let's make it so that for this new and improved base building legend system, players couldn't just buy all of IKEA, and instead needed to go out into the world, scavenge for resources, and take them back to a crafting station to begin making items for their base. Players could decorate the inside and outside, and just like in past Pokemon games, you could choose a multiple of locales. In the snow, in the sky, underwater, underground, anywhere is fair game. And this time, you get to explore your base in a full 3D environment. On top of that, let's let the player have their PC Pokemon run around and interact with the toys and decorations you have. Just imagine the possibilities. You could invite your friends over to your base only for them to walk in and see your Tinkatink watching the telly on the couch with your Zekrom. Meanwhile, your Mr. Rhyme is breaking it down at the jukebox next to your Iron Valiant. Connection and interaction. These are the two focuses that the Animal Crossing series handles very well, and what we would love to see expanded upon in Pokemon's secret bases. And now this does bring up some difficult questions. What about Pokemon scaling? Like if Eternamax Eternatus was chilling on my front porch? And that's a great question that I will answer by moving on to a different question with an easier answer, and that is what happens if I have hundreds of Pokemon in my PC. So I figure this new base system just lets you select a number of specific Pokemon you can have, like a limited amount, and you can place different ones per room. Maybe 6 for the main room, and 3 for each side room. Maybe 1 or 2 outside. Slap this baby online, and just like bragging about Animal Crossing's Zodiac set and Golden Armor, you can flex on your friends with all the shinies you've caught. By the way, let us know down in the comments what new mechanics you'd love to see introduced in the Legends game, and tell us how they'd work. We're also 2 separate people. Yes, Devie is orange and Darx is purple. Yeah, we're not just one dude going back and forth on a mic, we're 2. Twins. Who sound the same. Sorry about that. Now, on to the next idea. Minigames. We love them, you love them. A game within a game, small in scale but huge in depth. Pokemon Stadium, Pokepark, Gen 2, Gen 3, Gen 4, you get the point. These Pokemon games have minigames, while these Pokemon games do not. Okay, yes, in Gen 6 you can wash your Pokemon, in Gen 7 you could ride a Mantine, in Gen 8 you make curry, and in Gen 9 sandwiches. But none of these have the depth and nuance that the minigames of the past Pokemon games had. You had the Pokeathlon?
I'm sorry.
No. That's too random. That's so random.
The last video we did that.
The Pokemon contests, the Pokepark attractions, and all the crazy stuff that the stadium games had. We miss these times, and clearly the Pokemon community as a whole does too, which is very evident with the popularity of Scarlet and Violet's Pokemon prop hunt. Whether the Synchro Machine function was intended to be used this way or not, the Pokemon community made a fun minigame out of it. And that means something. Pokemon games are played by more people than ever, and online games are getting more popular than ever. So adding in some creative and detailed minigames that have online connectivity would be genius. And what better game for the Legends series to take inspiration from than one of the games that has the best minigame ever created? Sonic Adventure 2's Chow Garden! Anyways. For those of you who haven't played this goat of a minigame, the Chow Garden is like a pet simulator, except that the pets are these little beans called Chow, and what you simulate is high-octane racing and close combat. They're stat-changing, hub worlds, farming, band performances, different Chow breeds, Chow evolution, Chow reincarnation, jewel Chows. The black market? They can even go to school and learn new skills like drawing. We have always dreamed for the Chow Garden to return in a Sonic game, and it looks like it never will. But that's besides the point. Pokemon could take some of these ideas and put a Pokemon spin on them. In a Legends game, you can have a Pokemon Ranch where you upgrade your Pokemon stats, but instead of them being only applied to traditional battles, they could be applied to minigames. A Pokemon speed stat could make them faster in a racing game, while their attack stats could be used for a Pokken tournament-like minigame, where you get to control your Pokemon in a real-time battle with a variety of stages. You could even bring in the contest conditions as stat blocks. Like, the higher your Pokemon's cleverness, the better they'll be at detection in a hide-and-seek minigame. There are just so many ways you could go about having minigames, and because it's a Legends game, there are so many unique and unconventional ways you can introduce them. For example, you could have a whole side quest with a special NPC trainer whose dream is to make Pokemon shine outside of battle. As you follow this NPC's story, you start to realize that this is the founder and creator of the Pokemon contests. After completing the side quest, you unlock a permanent new Pokemon contest mode, with all the bells and whistles from before, but this time with online play, a full 3D camera, and the ability to control your own Pokemon. You can dress them up, make them dance, maybe even team up with other Pokemon to combine your moves and create stunning visual effects for the judges to praise you.